In this QuizMaker tutorial, I'll be showing you how to work on your quiz questions in slide view. We're going to be taking a look at a number of items. We'll be taking a look at slide designs, adding media, the timeline, and feedback layers so that you can take a relatively straightforward question like the one that you see here that we've created in form view. And now in slide view, we can take advantage of the great features to add media, move the questions around, give some customized feedback to really take that quiz question up to the next level. Now we are going to be using the practice files that you can download, so would like to invite you to do that now. But without further ado, let's head on in here, let's head to slide view and let's get working. Now typically when we're working in QuizMaker, we often begin in the form view. Form view is great because it allows us to quickly enter our question text and our answer choices right here. Now, I've gone ahead and entered a simple multiple choice question with these options. If you're following along, I'd invite you to pause the video and insert your multiple choice question here as well. Now, I'm going to come back to slide view. If you are using the download practice file, you'll see that your slide, your quiz question, is going to have a background that looks like this. If you're not following along, you'll have a static white background when you first create your question and come into slide view. Now, where does that come from? Well, here in the View tab, we have the option to go into Slide Master and to create some custom backgrounds and layouts. So I'd encourage you to explore the opportunity to really save yourself time by creating some standard backgrounds that you know you're going to be using. But if you are following along and you have created your first quiz question, it will look something like this. So here in slide view, let's take a quick tour. Up here along the top, we've got some insert tabs, which give us a full assortment of items that we can add to the screen. We can add text objects, video, captions, shapes, pictures. We can alter the design right here with some built-in theme templates, and we can also animate objects on the screen as well. Speaking of which, if we come down and draw your attention to the bottom of slide view, we have the timeline. Now, the timeline is very much as it sounds. If I would like an item to appear or not appear at a certain point in time, I can use the timeline to adjust that. So for example, right now, let's say that I would like my multiple choice question to appear at the 1 second mark. If I preview this, we will see that at 1 second, it appears. Maybe I wanted to animate in, so I can animate, I can fade in the timeline at the 1 second mark, or fade in the questions I should say. So the 1 second mark, now they fade in nicely. So I have some options here, some opportunities using these tools in slide view to really take my quiz question slide to that next level visually. Over here on the right, I also have my feedback layers, incorrect and correct, and I can alter those similar to my slide master. I can go into my view tab and go to the feedback master and work on those there. We'll come back and focus on that later. But that's a little bit of a tour of what you're going to see here in slide view. So let's take our quiz question slide here and let's kick it up a notch visually. Now we have all of these great tools along the top. We've got animations, we've got the design themes, we've got this insert tab, which is my favorite because it allows us to insert all sorts of wonderful items. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my question bounding box here, my options, and move them down because maybe I want to go visual. Maybe I want a visual representation for each of these items. And so what I'm going to do here is this. You'll notice as I preview this that this coloring, this hover state, flows all the way to the right-hand side. Well, that's because this item is going to fill itself, but if I bring this down, if I select each of these items, and shrink them, now what's going to happen is when I preview it, it'll look much different. See, they're much shorter. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take this, I'm going to move it over. I can take all of these items as long as they're within the bounding box. Not a problem. They can live where they want to inside there. And since I have all of these great editing tools in slide view, I can take these items right here. I can go to my home tab. I can arrange them. I can align them to the top so that they are all lined up. I can align them and distribute them horizontally as well. So I can really work on getting my questions centered here. So what I can do, or my question answers I should say, now what I want to do is insert some pictures. So I'm going to select some pictures. Now once again, these are in the practice file, so feel free to insert these pictures. going to open them up. And you'll notice that as I insert items onto the screen, they do appear down here in the timeline, and I can grab them right from here. I can select them so that I can shrink all of them down. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the media room here. I'm going to put the living room there and the foyer over here. And once again, I could take these items and do the same alignment. I could distribute them horizontally. I could align them to the top. And then I can come down here further and take these items to get them a little better aligned underneath each of these items here. But again, what I'm demonstrating is the wonderful ability of Quizmaker to do some visual editing. So you'll notice here, I've got this stray little option. If I come back to form view, you'll see that I had accidentally created one extra, so I'm going to delete him and get rid of him. Come back to slide view, and you'll notice that it is gone. So very quickly, I have added some pictures. I have moved this around here. I've aligned it. So I've done some great editing rather quickly. Let's preview this and see how it looks. Perfect. One last cool thing about the editing capabilities here. Let's say I want to apply some effects. Maybe it's going to be a little internal shadow. I select my Home tab, double-click my Format Painter, and I can paint those settings to the other items as well. Great formatting capabilities here in Slide View and Quizmaker, so great feature. So what else can we do here? Well, let's take a look at feedback layers. So I'm comfortable with where my question is at, and now I want to work on the feedback layers. We have these basic feedback layers here, and what I'd like to do is alter them. Now right from here, I can alter the text itself, but if I want to work on this item, this shape in the background, what I need to do is go into my View, Feedback Master, and right from here, I can alter this layer. So I'm going to do this. Maybe I want to have that item be lighter in color. And I'm going to insert another shape here. Right here in my Feedback Master. I'm going to format that shape. We'll drop the transparency down a bit. We'll send that to the back. There, it's a much different look and feel. So let's view normal. We'll come on back. And now we see that our feedback layer looks a little bit different. Kind of like that. It fades the stuff out in the back, brings this information up to the top. And on each of these layers, you can also add items. If we go to our Insert tab, we can insert characters, we can insert shapes. Let's insert maybe we insert one of our illustrated characters here. He is going to be excited when you get it right. So let's have his expression be happy. And we'll have this one right here. So we can bring him in and have him on this slide layer. Just like that. So when the user gets the answers correct, this is what they will see. If they get it incorrect, maybe we'll give them a not so happy illustrated character here. Expression, oh, disappointed. And he's saying, hey, what's going on? You should have gotten that one. There we go. So we can put him right there. So once again, very quickly, we have the options just with the feedback layers to come in here and further adjust our quiz question. But the thing to keep in mind is that even though we're in slide view, we still have all of these options that we had in form view. We can adjust the feedback, the shuffling, the scoring, and the attempts. So whereas form view is about getting our questions in there quickly, slide view is about taking them to the next level. And we can do that by using these wonderful options in the insert menu, by altering the design, the animations, using the slide master and the feedback master. And we can also do so using the timeline and these feedback layers. Should you have any questions about working in slide view in Quizmaker, or any Quizmaker question for that matter, invite you to join us at the eLearning Heroes community, and we will do our best to help you out. Come on in, hop into the forums, ask your questions. No question too big, too small. We are there to answer them all. Heck, that's what we're hired to do. So come on over, stop in, ask your questions, and we will do our best to help you out. Also, check out the tutorials here in the Getting Started area, because we are covering the full gamut of Quizmaker. So look around, and once again, if you don't find what you need, come on over to the eLearning Heroes community, and we will be there to help you.